Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Lake District. I've not been here since October of last year, where I spent some time on the Coniston Fells and got a wild camping as well. Well, the intention is to go wild camping tonight, but the destination isn't a hill. I'm not doing a Wainwright, certainly there's no intention to do that straight off the bat. Destination's a location, and in my pursuit of all the most remote locations in the UK's national parks, I've come to this one, and this is widely regarded as perhaps being the most remote spot in the lakes. I've only ever been there once before. Many years ago, I climbed Scarfell from Eskdale, and the walk-in takes you across some really boggy and remote country. Certainly as remote as I've had in the Lake District. But this approach is slightly different. I've come to the Langdale Valley. I've parked at Old Dungeon Gill, £8.50 all day if you're wondering. And I'm making my way towards the Band and up towards Three Tarns. And hopefully, if the weather stays fine, as it's set to do, I should get my first glimpse of where I need to be. So you can see the Band behind me, leading up to Crinkle Crags, Bowfell, Rossett Pike over there. You've got Pike Oblisco there, and it's a decision now as to which way I go up. I wish I'd had a quid for every time I've been up the Band. It's a real slog. But I do fancy continuing along Oxendale and going up towards Hell Gill. Some spectacular waterfalls up there. And it can be a pain coming down that way. It's quite steep. It may even be a little bit icy, I don't know. But it only really seems to be the tops that have a dusting of snow nestled in the crags. So I think I'll be okay. And it'll just add a little bit of variety. And what I'll do tomorrow is, on the way back, is I'll probably come down the Band that way. So just mixes things up for me a little bit. So that walk up beside the waterfall in Hell Gill, real lung burner. That heavy pack as well, it's not making it easy. So been going about an hour and 3/4, decided to give myself a rest. Gonna have some protein flapjack and just replenish and have a drink. But among some gorgeous high country now, all the big fells within touching distance, Pike Oblisco, Crinkle Crags, Bowfell. Won't be long before getting to the pass that leads onto the other side. And while I'll just have something to eat, I've got two things to tell you. The first one is that I'm on a podcast. It's the Trail Map podcast. A couple of weeks ago I was interviewed by the host Ray. You can find that on YouTube and Spotify, and I'll leave a link in the description below. Find out a little bit more about me and how I spend my time in the outdoors. Maybe you know enough about me already and you don't want to. That's okay. And secondly, I've got a new piece of kit to test out, and if you keep watching after the demonstration, I'll let you know how you can get your hands on one. I'm going to be giving one of those away. Right, but I'm hungry now and I need to eat some of this. It's also getting a little bit chilly. Got Scarfell Pike and Scarfell in front of us, going all the way over to Slight Side. It's Lynn Cove Beck down the bottom. But as you can see, there's not much in the way of a path. I'm having to pick my way down gingerly. I'll get to the bottom, make another assessment. I haven't got too far to go, but by God, this is rough. So I've come down from Three Tarns along here, really rough ground. Started my way along this beck in that direction. Ground got continually boggier. There's no really easy place to cross this beck without getting your feet wet. It's quite fast flowing in places. Just been looking for somewhere flat to pitch up. Sky's changing a little bit grey. I don't know whether we've got a spell of crap weather coming in. You can just feel it though. And although it's slightly earlier than I would have liked to have pitched, I think this is going to be it. And it is really remote. I mean, Langdale's 3 miles as the crows fly in that direction. In that direction, you've got Wasdale. That's about 4 miles. And about 2.5 miles in that direction, you've got Rhinos Pass. Those are your nearest roads. This is quite remote in itself. And I'm happy to be here. Such an effort. It'll be such an effort to get out in the morning because I've got 2 options. I either go towards Old Gap, come back round that way, or I go back up the way I came, and that is rough ground. Back up to 3 times, back down along the band. I don't know, I'll have to have a think about that one. Probably feel a bit knackered now, but I want to get the tent up. I want to start feeling comfortable. I want to get some grub on. I want to start looking after myself, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So that's not too bad at all. It's nice and flat. Probably one of the flattest pitches I've had for a long time. Ground's quite hard underneath though. There's always some rocks under there. Grass has grown over the top. Sometimes it won't take a peg. But what a location. Just look at this. Just surrounded by huge hills. Got Crinkle Crags over there. Got Bowfell and the Ribs there. Over towards S Pike, Old Gap. Fantastic. Got a lovely water supply. This is brilliant. What a pitch. Right, let's get inside. Let's get sorted out. Let's get a brew on. Right, well I'm nicely ensconced in my tent now. Every now and again there's a quick blast of wind, but the sun's come out, even though the clag's still sitting on top of Bowfell. Doesn't matter so much. I think I'm going to be all right tonight. So I mentioned earlier that I had a new bit of kit to try. Okay, this is it. There you go. It's a Sunblesa head torch. People at Sunblesa reached out to me, said would I like to test some kit, in particular their head torch. They make a variety of different torches for all sorts of different situations, camping, fishing, that sort of thing. I've got another one to give away afterwards as well. So the torch itself is fairly light, weighs in about 50 grams. That's including the head strap. It's got multi-positional settings for your head torch, which I find is quite handy when you're doing things in and around the tent. It's rechargeable, And what I really like about this is it's got a safety feature, so you can't accidentally activate it in case it's in your stuff sack, or you press it and then you get to your camp and then you find you've got no battery left. What you do is you just hold those two buttons down on the top there till the red light comes on, and then you're good to go from there on. And it's got a couple of illumination settings on there as well, and a red one so you can preserve your night vision. But I really like that torch. I'm going to use it tonight primarily as my light source. The one I'm comparing it against is the one I've been using for a while. This is the Black Diamond Spot R. It's slightly heavier, it's 70 degrees. It's not going to break your pack. But what I like about this one as opposed to the Sunblesa is it feels a little bit more chunky, it feels a little bit more robust. You can vary the positions, which I like. Again, you've got several settings there, so you can put it onto red to preserve your night vision. And you can also vary with this one, you can vary the intensity of the beam as well, just by holding that down. Again, this is rechargeable. What I like about this one is it has 3 flashes at the side, which let you know how much charge you've got left. That's something that the Sunblesa doesn't have. That would be my only fault with this. Now, it says it works on a 700 mAh Lion battery and gives about 200 hours worth of light. I'm not sure about that. Whereas the Black Diamond is a 1500 mAh Lion battery, so almost twice. It still says it gives 200 hours worth of illumination. I'm not entirely sure about that either, but I'll be putting both to the test. What I won't be doing is I won't be keeping them on for all that length of time anyway, just to make sure to see that they can stay charged. So if you'd like one of these head torches, I do have one to give away. All you need to do is make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave a like and leave a comment in the section below just saying head torch. And then at the end of March 2024, I'll pick a winner at random, and providing you're in the UK, I'll send one of these to you and you can let me know how you get on yourself. But quite a nice bit of kit, to be fair, and not expensive. I think it's going to give Petzl and Black Diamond a run for its money. Well, it certainly will tonight anyway. So I thought while I had some decent light, I would come outside and just have a little look around. You can see behind me onto Bowfell. There's a bit of cloud just touching the top there. There's certainly some cloud that's coming in. Don't know what sort of evening we're going to have. I'll try and spin you around. I don't know whether you can see behind me or not. Well, that's Harterfell in the distance. Absolutely love that peak. I've only been on it twice, but each time's been really special. So I thought I'd share with you what I'm going to have tonight. Okay, I've gone for another fire pot meal. This time one I'd not seen before. This is the green gumbo. I'm not sure what that's like. It's got lots of different vegetables in it and rice, so that's not too bad. I didn't think it had enough protein in it for me, so I brought myself some biltong as well. If that wasn't enough, I've got myself some pasta sauce, mac and cheese, I think, so cheese and broccoli maybe. That should be okay. I've got a grenade bar for after, and then my usual assortment of hot chocolates and coffees and bits and pieces like that. So get plenty of hot drinks. Should be all right tonight. It is a little bit chilly, I have to say, but we're not quite out of winter yet. Just take you over to have a look at this. Some piece of metal there. Don't know whether it's from an aeroplane or not. Just take you around and show you that. But this is great. I'm glad I got here a little bit earlier and got set up. I think I'm going to be in for a good night. Okay, so while I wait for the gumbo to cook, that takes about 15 minutes, I thought I'd give the pasta sauce a go. It's actually not that bad. Didn't use as much water as it said to use to the fill line. I want it to be a little bit thicker rather than runny, but it smells okay. And I think that's not too bad. Gosh, that is creamy and it's actually pretty good. Yeah, definite thumbs up for that. So let's have a look a bit at the green gumbo. Used a little bit less water. Maybe you could have done with it actually. There you go, it just looks like grass and grains. It's quite spicy, so it's not without any flavour, but it tastes like eating rice and grains. So I don't think I'll be getting that one again. Okay, so I don't know whether this will work particularly well, but I just want to show you the range of the two different head torches that I'm using. So this is the Sunblesa, and I don't know whether you can see how far that's illuminating there, but it's not bad. Looks to be a bit of rain out there as well, could even be a bit sleety. Right, okay, I'm going to swap that now. And this is the Black Diamond. Okay, I'm going to turn that. I don't think there's a massive amount of difference. On their main beams, pretty similar. I don't think there's a massive amount of difference, so. But it is getting quite wintry now, and it is getting quite windy, so I don't know what I'm going to wake up to in the morning. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, let's just have a little look and see what it's like outside this morning. Yeah, not too bad, but definitely windier than yesterday. So good morning, thought I'd do a little bit to camera before I got moving. Got a few hard yards to make first thing, got to get up that hill 2-3 times and then get onto the band. But I slept pretty well last night, slept most of the way through, woke up about 6 o'clock, got some breakfast on, had a little bit of porridge, a couple of brews, got packed away nicely, leave no trace as always, and I just started to make my way back up towards where the ascent's really going to start. And just found this nice little windbreak that someone's put together. Thought that was quite sweet, but I need to get going now. I reckon I've got about 3 hours left back towards the car and I want to make a good start. So right, here goes. This is rough ground. Well, now I've reached the band, it's made going a lot easier. Decent track underfoot and can shift out these last few miles, but scenery is spectacular. It really is. Got some great views, particularly the way that I'm facing over towards Pike of Lisco, and you can see the Coniston Fells in the background beyond. Superb. It's been a great end to the walk. I think I've probably got about an hour left to get back to the car, and that wind every now and again you really feel it. It's not so much it's particularly strong, it's just particularly icy, quite cold. But yeah, this has been a great camp, just what I needed. So I think I'll leave it here. I'm going to trot out these last couple of miles, really enjoy it. Don't know when I'll be up to the Lake District next, but this is a lovely walkout. So if you've enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, comment head torch, and subscribe to the channel if you want to be in with a chance of winning that Sunblesa head torch that I demonstrated earlier. It's not a bad piece of kit, and I'll see you next time.